watching Them Your People.
She caught our attention. Them your people. Hey!
Them is your people.
Hey, cab drivers, what's up? Woo! Them your people.
Go to that living room, go to that family room, go to that rascala. Tell them to come on and sit down with you because you are watching now. Them is your people.
Hey, welcome to the show. This is Mr. Gary, the king of hospitality. Why am I the king of hospitality, you ask? Because I've got the hospitality tips just for you. Our tip this week is stop showing up to people's homes and offices unannounced. You don't have an appointment. So what makes you think that you can just go show up and say, I'm here, and someone can just drop what they're doing and attend to you? It's not cool. It's not cool. And guess what? Your people want you to stop doing it. Tonight's show is going to be a lot of fun. Sit back, relax. Hey, but before the show starts, why don't you pick up the phone and call someone and say, you're my people, and I want you to watch this show with me tonight. Thank you. And we're here with the author. You all may not know him because you thought that the person who wrote the movie was the person who wrote the book, but that's not how it goes. Isn't that right?
Yes, the screenplay for Lee Daniels, The Butler, was written by Danny Strong. He wrote the screenplay, an amazing screenplay, beautiful, yes, beautiful job. But I wrote the original story of The Butler, and the screenwriter adapted the screenplay from my source material, from the stories.
God. So we have to begin the interview by saying, welcome to St. Louis.
Thank you, great to be here.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
Oh my God. So tell me, what is it about you, about this book, about the movie, that had this line wrapped all the way around this library to come out on a Sunday to see you?
Yeah, well, I was very touched by the turnout. It was just amazing. You know, this is a great library, and there was also a free screening of the movie here recently, and I think that when the movie opened last August, that the American public spoke loud and clear. It was a number one movie for 3 weeks in a row.
Wow.
And I think, too, it's the first movie of its kind to encapsulate the arc of the modern civil rights story from the 1920s up to President-elect Obama. So I think you have a lot of history in this movie.
And so when we talk about slavery, when we talk about maids, when we talk about butlers and all of that, a lot of times the stories aren't really passed down for the generations of the young people now. They kind of sometimes think that, oh, I'm not going to do that, or, you know, I'm above that.
You know, I was on the movie set during filming, and several of the actors and actresses, a great cast: Oprah Winfrey,
yes,
Cuba Gooding, Terrence Howard, Lee Schreiber, Alan Rickman, Jane Fonda, Vanessa Redgrave,
Robin
Williams, Robin Williams.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just an amazing cast, and many of them, especially the African American actors, had relatives who worked in the service industry, maybe in the 40s or the 50s or the 60s. But the real fact of it is that the black middle class grew out of these jobs.
Yes, sir.
These were the people who sent their sons and daughters to college and to grad school, where they became doctors and lawyers and physicists,
yes, sir,
and teachers. Mm-hmm. So that money came from the service industry.
That is exactly right.
The real life butler, Eugene Allen, sent his son Charles to Morgan State. Mm-hmm. It took money to send students to Morgan State,
right,
or to any college before the student loan bills
That's exactly right.
were passed. So we cannot discount what this group of people did for this country. I think it's nothing more important than to see somebody getting up every day going to work.
Oh, yes, sir.
I mean, because you're passing on an ethic, a work ethic. And I don't care, like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, if you're going to be a garbage man, be the best garbage man you can be. He wasn't saying that because he wanted you to limit your dreams. He was saying that because he wanted you to exhaust your ability and do whatever you are doing, do it to the best of your ability, because somebody else will see that.
Right. So when we talk about doing your best, we talk about living your dream. Here you are, all the way from the beginning of Ohio, is that correct?
Yes. I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio. Did you ever think in a million years that this writing could take you where it's taking you now?
No. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, always knew that books were special because libraries opened my life up. When I was a kid, there was very little money in the family, and there was no car, so we never could take trips.
Right.
So I could go to the library and open a book, and suddenly I'm in Sweden, or I'm in Africa, or I'm in St. Louis, just from reading about this in the book in my hand.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. We're glad that you came with the book. We're so glad for those hands. We want you to know on behalf of St. Louis and all of our viewers, you, my friend, are our people. We are here with none other than a man who, if you don't know, you need to know. We're with Melvin Sanders.
That would be me.
He is one of the movers and shakers in St. Louis. But first, we want to let you all know that Mel can give you some information that's so important because it's that time. It's tax time. This is the retired IRS man himself. Hey, Mel.
Hey, how you doing, Gary?
I guess I'm doing good. We're so glad that you were here.
Thank you.
Mel, tell St. Louis, tell Illinois, tell anybody, when it comes to filing those income taxes, what is the most important thing to remember?
Oh, Gary, you hit it right on the head. File. File. Do not delay filing. That's the biggest penalty, and by design. If you don't file, it looks like you're trying to avoid the taxes, and that is penalized. If you file, even if you are late or even if you can't pay, therefore you are still trying to comply, and they give you credit for that. So the penalties are much less. If you don't file, it means you're attempting to evade the law, and they penalize you heavy for that. So I tell all of my friends, no matter if you don't have the money, please file on time or get an extension.
Okay.
That's the main thing.
Now, in true Them Your People form, we got some people who don't have some kids or don't have as many kids as they say that they have. Have you ever heard about people who are filing false children on their income tax? Tell them.
Not children, they're dogs. I mean, my man Trump, he filed. I said, who is this Skipper? That's my dog. Well, you can't use your dog as a dependent. So not only children they don't have, but pets that they don't, that they're trying to claim, or someone they may have a nodding acquaintance with. There's all kind of horror stories. If you come to an IRS office and talk to former employees, they can tell you some real stories about when you discovered this dependent or supposedly dependent is. We use all kind of tricks of the trade. And you know, because we think we're slicker than the average, but your people, you know how we are.
Well, what about Shaniqua? And Shaniqua has 5 kids. But she wants to file for 2 of the kids. And they holding her income tax check. So she let her brother Boo Rob file her up to 3 kids. Is that possible?
Well, you gotta see, baby sister got some kids over here, and my auntie down in Mississippi got kids, and everybody ain't working. So I think I ought to be able to take credit for all of them. So some kind of way we got to spread this wealth around. But if you run it down, basically only your own children that you are taking care of, that means more than 50% of their care before it becomes legal. Even if they live with you or you're providing support, you have to be able to support and justify that you provide more than 50% of their care.
Well, now, and you're saying a very good question. Because we know so many people who say they support other adults who live with them. So if you had an adult who lived with you, can you file them on your income taxes?
Well, Gary, now you're getting into some technical stuff here, and I don't want to mislead anybody because there are ways that you can legally adopt an adult.
Them your people, baby. They will adopt an adult.
Yes, you can. But you need to, because they're not capable of taking themselves, and they need you to take care of them as their sponsor, as their caregiver.
All right.
And under the law, you are their sole provider. So, and if you're living with them, feeding them, you can, in some circumstances, apply and use them as a dependent.
Now, here's the deal. Mel, you're so busy doing everything, this and that, but you are also a former polemark. Is that right? For Kappa Alpha Psi.
I would be there.
Now, is it Kappa Alpha Psi? Was it Alpha Phi Alpha?
Don't
I'm not
you-
sure.
Gary. Now, don't start. I got many friends at Alphas.
That's right.
But you know what I am. Everybody knows what I am.
All right. Tell
Kappa
us how
Alpha Psi.
important it is as the pole mark, as a Kappa. How important is it to be involved in the community, man?
Well, the Kappa is all about achievement. That is our main, and we do everything we can to help our young men and women to be achievers and show them how achievement is attained by being honest, going to school, staying out of trouble, that your life lessons or your life activities do follow you. So we as Kappas are very proud. They think of us as playboys, party animals,
Pretty boys.
all that good stuff.
the red and white.
All that, crimson and cream, to be more exact.
Yes, sir. Thank
but
you so
we
much.
do, first and foremost, we're men of achievement.
Okay.
And we're proud of that.
All right. So you've heard it right here. Mel Sanders, former IRS, former pole mark, so many others. But guess what? Mel Sanders, now them is your people. Hey, it's Mr. Gary, and I'm here with your reality check for the week. Got to get ready for it because it's big and it's deep. The reality check for the week is simply who's zooming who? Who do you think you're fooling? You're not fooling anybody. Everybody knows what you're up to. So guess what? You better be up to your very best on whatever it is that you're doing. Because at the end of the day, the only person that you're fooling is yourself.
The Rib Shack, St. Louis's official destination for down-home cooking at its best. Barbecue and soul food, rib tips, turkey ribs, beef ribs, snoot and tripe, yams, mac and cheese, collard greens, just to name a few. Each and every Monday it's Rib Tip Monday. $4.99 rib tip sandwich with complimentary potato salad. Sunday kids eat free all day. It's the Rib Shack, 8642 Natural Bridge. We cater. Call in, drive through or dine in. See you soon.
We are here with the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Hello, ladies.
Hello, how are you?
So we are with the leadership of the East St. Louis chapter. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So when we talk about the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha, and as you all see, you have on your pink and green today, what does it mean to wear the colors of your sorority?
It means that we represent everything that Alpha Kappa Alpha stands for, which is sisterhood and service, rendering supreme service to all mankind.
A lot of people see the young people, the undergrads, step in and ski win and all that, but it's much deeper than that.
Yes, we're about so much more. We really render community service to our communities. We serve in all capacities of the community, so that's what we're really about.
Okay, now a lot of people know, and you hear this golden soror. That means that someone has started from the bottom, now they're here. A long time ago, and now what happens?
Our golden sorors have been sorors for 50 years or more. Once you become a member of the sorority for 50 years, you achieve a golden status.
When we talk about some of the community things, tell me, what are some of the things that you all do annually?
We have a trunk giveaway for our college students. We serve with the Pan-Hellenic Council, which is made of all the Greek organizations. We serve dinner on Thanksgiving Day at Cosgrove Kitchen, and we have many other programs that we do with that.
Ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha, you're looking so good in your pink and green, and we want you all to know that you are our people. And when you talk of people in the neighborhood doing good, and you talk about someone who has been a very integral part of the East St. Louis School District, you've got to talk about none other than Miss Cathy Walker Steele. Hello, Miss Cathy.
Hello, Mr. Gary. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you today?
Just fantastic.
So you were here, a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha for how many years?
37.
37 years.
Yes.
So how do you balance Alpha Kappa Alpha and doing all of the neighborhood things with the school district before you retired? Is that correct?
I am retired, so it made it a lot easier.
It made it a lot easier. Tell us the plight with the children as an employee of the district. How different is it today with the kids, and what word can you give to their parents to help get them more involved with the young children?
Just being a good parent and wanting everything that's right and good for your child. You have to support the schools and support your children so that you know what they are doing when they come home from school. And it's a two-way street.
Okay.
The parents have to be just as involved as the school.
Okay. What all does it take to be a lady of Alpha Kappa Alpha, Miss Cathy?
It takes a commitment, it takes time, and it takes a support system for those that are married or, in relationships dealing with other people, they need to understand that we made a lifelong commitment to Alpha Kappa Alpha to be of service to all mankind. So when you have someone that does not understand, it kind of stagnates you in what you can do. And we, like my husband, Melvin Steele, is very committed to things that I focus on, and we support each other.
Okay. So what do you say to those college students that are out there right now that are saying, I love pink and green, I love those colors, and I like the march and step, so I want to be an AKA?
Well, it's about more than marching and stepping and wearing pink and green, because, like I said, lifelong commitment, and we're about service. And each Supreme Bachelor or International President has a platform, and we're now Global Leadership for Timeless Service. So we do a lot of things to give back to the communities and lift our people up and individuals and society as a whole. So it's more than just stepping and wearing pink and green.
Okay. With Baba Ken Ahmedis today, and he's got all the information that you are going to need to know about your people and your taxes. That's right, your people and your taxes. I've been seeing the people out there, Ken. They have been at Walmart. They have been at Target. They've been with I like to call him an income tax man. It seemed like this season, everybody got a man for income tax season, or everybody got a woman. They pushing carts, they buying Jordans, they buying big screen televisions. But we all know that it kind of starts from the income tax. So today, we want to just break down the whole income tax gamut. Start off, when they come to your office and you go to get income tax filed, what do they need to bring with them?
Okay, the first thing you want to have is your W-2. Okay, and
showing that you work someplace.
That's right, showing that you work someplace.
Now, does it need to be a real W-2? Because you know your people. Your people
yes,
go to somebody.
To be a real W-2.
But you know your people go to somebody and hook them up on the computer with a W-2.
Right.
It's got to be the real one.
Right. It's got to be the real one.
Okay.
But in those cases, I think what you're talking about is someone. Well, no, you're right. You're absolutely correct. You're right. They're setting people up with fake W-2s, which is wrong. And I just want to say for the record, I don't get down like that. Okay. I tend to focus on what's real, what's right.
Well, how do you know if it's real or right when they come in?
Well, for one thing, brothers and sisters, everything is computer automated now. So most companies, you can go out, if from your job, you can go out to the company's website and grab your W-2. But this is a very competitive business, so I have to reach out there when I can, and I seize opportunities like this to let people know who I am. I'm Baba Ken, as most people know, but I don myself as the tax shepherd.
The tax shepherd.
The tax shepherd.
And is that hence the dreads?
The dreads, the cultural mystique.
Okay, that's why.
And then just on a spiritual level, I do want to guide people in the right direction. Okay, so guide us in this direction. They come in. They bring all their information. So do they need an identification? You need identification, which your professional tax preparer is going to take a copy of. You need your W-2, as we said. If you are a college student, you need your 1098. Okay. If you're a homeowner, you need your mortgage insurance. Talk to me about the persons who are separated. Well, when they're separated, basically, the best advice to give them is to file from you. They're going to file separately from their address. Don't fight and kill each other. If you have multiple kids, that's good. Give one of the other children to one of the other person and go from there. Okay. But no, you do. In that case, they will file from their home address. And does a person have to be divorced? Or do they have to be? Should they be in a situation where they went to court and they separate them, or they can just say, "Hey, look, we're not feeling each other. I'm over here, you over there," and we can not necessary. Actually, couples that live together, couples that are married, one or the other spouse can file. You can file separately, and from the address of your business per se. So now talk to me about this. So, young people who are working summer jobs coming up, they should work. And they should file themselves. Is that correct? Yes, yes. As you begin to work, you should file yourself. But that's a great caveat for me to really bring you up to speed on actually what I do. What I am essentially is a small business consultant, a small business developer, and I got into that, and I do that because that allows someone, let's say a young person that's working, by helping them to initiate an enterprise, they can move their tax rate from anywhere from 28 to 33 to 40%. Down to 15% and realize a larger refund. In the process, because I feel that, well, I'll give my personal opinion. I don't think there's any such thing as like a great job. There's a few good ones, but there's no great one. The greatness comes from a person finding their niche, finding their way in life, and coming with their own enterprise, be that an artist, you know, whatever mom and pop business idea you have. You know, you got to work your way towards that, because the tax code is kinder and gentler to someone who's employed for self versus someone who's working a job. A person who wants to come in and they want to file income tax, and they want to bring paperwork, or they want to bring to you the situation that says, I have 7 kids, I've got 4 kids. Now, they really don't have these children. These are imaginary children that they say that they have, because they want to get a lot of money back. Because I think they say right now the going rate is $2,000 per child, $3,000. What do you say to people? Well, first of all, it doesn't work that way. You don't get paid. There's no amount of refund due to you past, I think it's 3 children, or maybe 4. So what's happening is people are trying to sell their children past 4 most for the time, because
your people trying to sell their kids.
Trying to sell their kids for the other person to get the refunds.
Now, let the people know, does Uncle Sam catch up with this sooner or later?
Absolutely. And the repercussions of doing something like that is, number one, repayment of the money. You have to pay the money back once you get caught, because chances of getting caught are pretty darn good. Those who have been getting away with it, knock on wood, do what you can, but they're eventually, in this computer automated world, they're going to catch up to you.
So who's at fault? Is it the young ladies, who give their children to people to file, or is it the person that's filing?
It's the demented moral character and the get over character that's leading people to do that. You know, my whole thing is, and I know I hate to sound like my father, but I guess it's happening. The amount of energy that you can spend trying to get something illegal going, you can put that same amount of energy into investing in your personal ideas and get your business started and get your life on track. Because those type of things in a computer world, you know, garbage in, garbage out. You know, lie in, lie out. I mean, it catches up to you. So why waste your time?
Stop right there. You heard that, people. Garbage in, garbage out, lie in, lie out. Right? Because the IRS going to look for it.
Ye shall know the truth, and the truth will be revealed.
Talk to me, if you could, about the persons, the people who don't get it. Income tax comes. I mean, right now we're seeing everybody at all the different stores, you know, buying everything that's going to not be the hottest thing next year. They're purchasing everything for their kids. And y'all know some people like this, okay? What do you think? How is it? Do you try to, when they come to you, talk to you, do you try to give them some advice?
Absolutely. Once again, my main line is business consultation. And I teach financial literacy classes. I usually start with kids in high school and middle school, because it's hard to teach an old urbanite new tricks, you know. So trying to get somebody off the street to teach them is hard. But essentially, I try to teach people the difference between investment and divestment. Investment is when you use your resources to put them into a vehicle, be it a business idea, a little education, or something positive like that that's going to have a return on it, versus divestment, spending your money on things that you never see it again.
We appreciate you. We appreciate your time, but we want to have everyone understand income tax deadline is when?
It's April 15th. But I also would like to say, too, another common misconception is that the ball game's over if you miss a day. You have to, if you don't file them on that day, you must just simply file an extension. And that gives you until August to get your affairs together and get your business together.
Your people, get your affairs together, get your business together, and handle your business with your income taxes, okay? Okay.
Here with, what's your name again, sir?
This is William Clay, and I'm the tax shepherd.
The tax shepherd.
I'm at the tax service tax shepherd.
And so what do you do as the tax shepherd?
Oh, I'm just the mascot of the tax shepherd. You know, I bring the customers in. You know, I flag them in.
Okay, you flag them in.
Yeah, I'm producing it. You know.
You're producing customers.
Yeah, I'm producing the customers.
So tell us about what you have on, Mr. Shepherd.
What I have on, this is a shepherd. This is like a shepherd's costume. You know.
The shepherd's costume.
Yeah.
And what does the shepherd's costume have to do with taxes?
Oh, the shepherd's costume it represents the work, the product, you know.
The work, the product.
Yeah, to satisfy the customer, you know, anything for the customer, you know, we satisfy the customer.
Okay, so when we see you stopping traffic, that's saying stop here because we're going to satisfy the customer.
Yeah, we're going to satisfy the customer.
All right, all right. How long have you been doing this, Mr. Tax Shepherd?
Been doing this for about 2 years.
Okay, and is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, well, we had on one of our shows, the Happy Lady. Have you seen the Happy Sign Lady before?
No, I haven't seen the Happy Sign Lady.
Okay, because she dances and she gets the traffic stop. So what do you do to make sure it's so special to get the people to stop?
Oh, I dance too. I dance for the, you know, I dance and I, you know, I wave them in. That's it. I wave at them.
So the people say, Mr. Gary, you have to include the young people. You got to meet the young people where they're at. Well, guess what? We're right here in Jennings today. We are meeting the young people where they're at, and they keep telling me that they want to dance. They say they want to do the who? What time? Okay, so what is the nay-nay?
It's just a dance that they just made up. I mean, all you gotta do is look, spread your legs out a little bit, put your arm up, and just rock your shoulders like nay-nay. And then you add your own stuff on it. Like I'll be like nay-nay. Just something simple. You hear me? Okay. Do you hear me?
Okay, well who is it?
Shut up, BAT.
Okay, but who is nay-nay?
I mean, Shanae off of Morton.
Oh, the Shanae.
It's short for Nene.
It's short for Nene. So what you all know about Morton? Y'all was babies back then.
Yes, but I love that show. It's funny.
The shows are funny. Okay.
But let me. Can I use this? But you know, new show coming out. Them your people. So just X out Morton. You hear me? Cause this coming up next. You hear me? Them your people. You hear me? Watch it on ABC. ABC. At 10 o'clock Saturdays nights. You are watching Them Your People.
Welcome back. It's Mr. Gary, your king of hospitality. I sure hope you enjoyed the show tonight. I sure did. And I tell you what, I want to take a special moment right now to thank you, and of course you. And tonight we want to say welcome and thank you so much to all of our yo-yos. Yo-yos are people who watch the show. And sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. But in the true form of a yo-yo, you've been all the way around. Been there, done that. So big shout out to all the yo-yos tonight and to all of our friends that are liking us and following us on Twitter and Facebook. You join in on the fun, www.themyourpeople.com. We're having a lot of fun. You can go on there and find out about all the different contests. And you know what? You can have fun and just be happy. Our song of the week is simply this. It's hot. It's blowing up the charts right now. It's a simply, what? Clap your hands if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap your hands if you feel like happiness is the truth. Why, you ask, Mr. Gary? Because I'm happy. Are you happy? Everybody should have something to be happy about. And if you're not happy, then guess what? It ain't my fault. Did I do that? Oh, I'm Mr. Gary. I love you. You have a great week, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. You are my people.